Today, I'm gonna take you through some exercises for your back. Let's get that back ripped, chiseled, and big. So, how do you do that? Well, I'm gonna take you through 3 exercises. The first one is gonna be my favorite exercises for back to warm up and really get that back engaged. The second thing is gonna be a little different technique. Maybe some of you have tried it, but it's something that you can add to your arsenal. And the third is gonna be my favorite for blasting your back, lifting heavier weight, and building a real thick back. So come with me and let's get started. So like I mentioned, we're gonna warm up our back with this machine. This is the assisted back machine. So whatever you select the pin at, that's gonna take 50 pounds. If you select 50 pounds, it's gonna take 50 pounds off your body weight. If you select 100, it's gonna take 100 pounds off your body weight. So pull-ups can be difficult for a lot of people, but this is a way to ease into them and make them a little bit easier. And since it is easier, you don't wanna go too light. You still wanna almost be doing them by yourself. This will give you the opportunity to really focus on squeezing your back and hitting particular muscles in your back. So with this, I like to start with the wide grip and then come to the inner grip. So I'm gonna do my first set on the wide grip, working on the width of my lats, and then on the inner grip, I'm gonna slightly lean back and engage more of the center to lower muscles in the back. So let's get started. Let's go through a set. You wanna do about 10 to 15 reps. So you really wanna focus on that back. Just stretching it, pulling up and squeezing. Once you've done 10 to 15 on the outer grip, the wide grip, then you're gonna rest for a moment and go to the inner grip. Now, once you've moved to the inner grip, you wanna slightly lean back and squeeze. Again, focusing on that center and lower back muscles. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the second exercise. Again, this time I'm gonna teach you maybe some new techniques that you haven't done. So this is a lat machine where you do pull downs. So most people doing a wide grip tend to lean back, which is okay as long as you're not swinging, but you gotta remember, if your back is at that angle, you're working your lower back, and the more you come up, the higher muscles that you're working in your back. If you're straight up and down, again, you're working all the way at the top of your back. So what I'm gonna show you, which I saw a recent Mr. Olympia doing, is pulling behind the head. So a lot of people are scared of this technique because they tend to strain their neck coming forward, or they hit their head or their neck. So you do need to be careful. It is a more advanced movement, but the thing I wanna show you is instead of facing the machine, where if you're trying to pull behind your head, yeah, you do have to bend your neck, and it's just not a good strain on your neck and not a good position. So what you wanna do is actually turn around so that you're able to move your body further away from the machine. That way, when you're pulling down, you come straight down and you don't need to stretch your neck. So I'll show you. So by doing this, again, like I said, you just want to use less weight, but get a good contraction, and you're not going to strain your neck or hit your head by facing the opposite direction. So when you start doing that, you're going to notice that you engage a lot different muscles than when you're doing the normal lat pull down. So give that a try and see how it feels. All right, the last exercise that I'm going to show you today, like I said, is for building a big, thick back. So it's one of my favorite exercises. I know it's one of Arnold's favorite exercises. So this is upright or T-bar rows. So what you're gonna wanna do is, most gyms will have a setup, something like this. I know it might be a little intimidating, but there's a lot you can do with this setup, and it's great range of motion, and it'll really hit the muscles the way you want it to. So don't be afraid to dive in and try some new exercises. So it's gonna have an attachment at the bottom of a pole or the wall where you can slide the bar in. This will come in and out. Once you put it in, you're gonna wanna load some plates, whatever you feel comfortable with. Again, start light, work your way up. You're gonna take this V-shaped handle and you're just gonna hook it around this bar. Get your feet planted about shoulder width or slightly wider, just like you're going to pick up a couch. You don't want to arch your back. You want to keep it stiff and straight, and then you just want to lift it straight up. The more up you come, the more it's going to work upper back and traps. The more down you are parallel to the ground, the more center and lower it's going to work on your back. So depending on what area of the back you really want to focus, and get a good stretch all the way out and up tight. Stretch, just like that. Go 10 to 15. One thing that you also want to be careful of is that you're not moving your body. You want to be relatively still. If you are having to move your body, it might be too much weight. So give this a try. It's a great range of motion, great way to hit your back. So try it out. So again, those are 3 new exercises that maybe you haven't been doing that you can add to your arsenal.